Hi guys. I almost forgot about the audio again. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost forgot. I almost forgot to press my mixer. It was good, chat. Yeah, it's been a minute. Well, not been a minute. It's been since the last time I streamed. Because I did not come out with a video. It was good, TGF. I see you. But yeah, I wanted to stream today like I do every week. Want to make sure I got this stream in though, because I have some opinions. I have some things I want to get off my chest. I'm gonna wait till more people come in here, more people show up in chat. I appreciate y'all for coming out. It is a Saturday, the first Saturday of the month of March. Mardi Gras has ended. So sad. If you don't know what Mardi Gras is, it's a celebration. What is it a celebration for? I don't know. But in parts of Texas and then all of Louisiana, for 2 weeks leading up to Fat Tuesday, there's a plethora of parades in which there are different floats, there are different events and such happening, different performances, and it's just a big party. It's just a big party in those two southernmost states of the United States, and that just ended. Why am I mentioning this? It's big in the band world, and that's the world I'm in. So, what's it called? Let me see how many people are in here before I get to this rant. 3, 4, something like that. That's cool. Okay, I want to get something off my chest. I've been talking about basketball recently a lot more than I, have basically since I stopped making videos about basketball on this channel. This has been easily the least amount of games I've watched in the NBA season. I'm watching like 2-3 games a week, and honestly, that's only if they're being streamed in one of the Discords I'm in. But nevertheless, I've been discussing a lot about basketball. And I've also been talking more about anime. I haven't watched any new anime recently, like none. Tend to see if you have trash taste or not. Facts, because I'm about to get into it. Shout out Trash Taste. I used to watch their podcast like every single episode, but they're good content creators. Ooh, that's another thing I need to rant about. Oh my god, I hate Joey, by the way. Not hate, but I have some opinions. Anywho. But I've been talking about very controversial things recently. Anime and basketball, just in general. Just controversial, opinionated, very subjective. And getting into these conversations with people, especially over the internet, some people say some things that, we all disagree with. A lot of people disagree with each other. Most people disagree with each other. You're never going to agree on a lot of things. You're never going to agree on most things. You're never going to agree on everything with somebody, especially when talking about different art forms that can be interpreted differently. Nevertheless, Joey got better taste. Oh, he has better taste. Don't get me wrong. He has better taste. I just don't like him. What's up, Megaturtles? What's up, Bolt? Thank y'all for sliding through. And yeah, I have to get into like some of the things he said though. In these conversations, sometimes there are opinions that are just so outlandish and so out of left field that there's no other way to describe them but being wrong. Now, I understand we're talking about opinions. We're talking about subjectivity. Most people have the opinion of, hey, everything's subjective. You can't be wrong. I just disagree with you. 99% of people may disagree with you, but it's still an opinion. It's a wrong opinion. I'm here to tell you that it's a wrong opinion. I'm here to tell... Oh, why is he restricted? Hold on. Participants. Yeah, what? Well, my homeboys just hit me up and says that he's restricted. I don't know why. He's put up to the stream. But where I'm getting at is there are wrong opinions. There can be wrong opinions. And I'm here to tell you why. Joey's tolerable in small doses. That was my problem. I was watching the podcast for like, I think I watched the first 30 episodes every single time they had an episode. Right? I watched it. Yeah, I watched it like the day of. Like I would come home from school, watch Trash Taste. And then I went binge watch his channel. And like, of course, he came across like kind of snobby at times, but also he's just like, he has a lot of things. Your whole taste is wrong. But I mean, hey, look, bro. And that's what I'm saying. It's different for everyone. It's definitely still subjective, but in my opinion, there can be wrong opinions. Objectively wrong subjectivity. You see what I did there? I don't know why he's restricted. How do you unrestrict someone? I don't know why he's restricted. Yeah, why is he hidden? There's only be one person that's hidden. What's it called? Okay, now I'm back in the right headspace. Let me get my thoughts together. The reason why I think there can be wrong opinions is because on the internet, now that like we have conversations on the internet, we have these faceless, nameless conversations to where people can just say things anonymously and have like no real repercussions about it. Let's go, Riley. Oh, Julian, I just unrestricted you. I don't know why you're restricted. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. You said some gay stuff in the comment section one time. It was like 2 videos in a row, and I'm like, I have to put a stop to this. So I didn't want to remove the comment. He has a long history of saying dumb shit on YouTube. It's not even... well, yeah, it is dumb shit, but I'll get to it later. But there are some opinions that just come so much out of left field that it's like, okay, you're just saying things just to say things, just for attention, just for glorification, just to be different. And because of that, that's not a real opinion that you hold. You just see what everyone else is saying and saying something to contradict that. Therefore, making it wrong because it's not even your opinion. And even if it is your opinion, it's derived from even if it is your true opinion, like you genuinely think that, I believe that because of where you derive that opinion, not necessarily from your own experiences, but from your own, like, needing to be seeked, like, for attention, that you just have a wrong opinion. Yo, guys, I'm 1/9 of louder wrong. Yeah, we had to put a limit on the pod, like how many people could be on the pod, because last episode we found out the max, because we were cutting each other off like crazy. Y'all know me, like once I get in a group setting, I'm not gonna try to be the center of attention or whatever, even though what's it called, like I'm the one streaming it. I'm not gonna try to be the center of attention, so I was like kind of holding back a little bit, but yeah, 9 is definitely the maximum. I think it works itself out today because a lot of people said they'll be missing. But anywho, Digibro did that type of stuff too. Digibro also did that type of stuff, and I don't think that Digibro really believed a lot of the things that he would say. Where the reaction started, I don't think. Well, today I'm not gonna react to much. I have a lot of things to get off my chest. There are a few things that, like, I'm gonna react to some Sixers highlights. We're gonna talk about James Harden and his effect on the Sixers. We're gonna talk about some games coming out because Elden Ring just came out. I'm not playing it, but I'm watching everyone play it. I cut off Tinks because I thought he was gonna talk about some. Yeah, you cut off Tinks, and that was awkward. And then y'all just went back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I have to take control of this. I just need to do better of recognizing those situations of like when either conversations are getting awkward or too blown out. By the way, check out the podcast. I do it. We do it after my stream is done. So. And that's the thing. I wish I could raid the podcast. But anywho, quick question: how you feel about gas prices? Gas prices are going up in Texas. We have nothing to complain about. They're $3. That's like the average for everybody else north of like Georgia. Yo, Gabe, you're on my dick. That's why I don't like Twitter Spaces because everyone's talking at the same time. It depends. There are some very bougie Twitter Spaces. But also, I think, like, that's the thing about the pod that's different than, like, other things. I put a lot of people in there that, like, don't know each other like that. Like, I have some of my IRL friends in there. I have some people that, like, yeah, guess over here. I don't know where you are, Gabe. I'm assuming Florida. I think you're in Florida. But yeah, we have nothing to really complain about. It's going higher. Don't get me wrong. It's getting higher, and that it's only gonna get higher because Russia's going to war. Taiwan might get invaded as well. And like countries are getting mad at each other, so communication is gonna be less. And OPEC, which is the conglomerate of like Southeast Asian and Middle East countries that like are basically in charge of half of the petroleum and gas in the world. Just seen gas in Houston for 409. They're not getting any business. So, just remember, Julie. Just cause someone puts the price there, don't mean that nobody gonna buy it. Whatever that gas station is, they're gonna see a decrease in people going there because they're gonna look at Shell, they're gonna look at 7-Eleven, they're gonna look at Walmart, they're gonna look at Sam's and see that it's still like $3.17. I ran my spin the block too, facts. But because all those countries are mad at each other, OPEC is gonna like make sure they get their cut out of that. And they're gonna increase gas prices even more. So it's not done growing, especially with the world at conflict the way that it is right now. But my main issues with trash taste is how they normalize hentai and make it a good thing. That's true. They do that. That if anyone in the anime community were to do that, it would be them, because all three of Garnt has always been a degenerate, and his girlfriend is the queen of degenerates. Like that's how she makes her money. So he defends it. He tries to normalize it. What's it called? The bad part is, at least in my opinion, the bad part. Like at the end of the day, hentai, even though it's weird, that's not the main thing. The main thing is that it's still porn. It's still porn. And they know their fan base. Although a lot of their fan bases are like growing up because like Garnt and Joey have been on the internet for a long time, they still have over 2 million subscribers, each of them, I believe. What's it called? And a lot of their fan base is kids. That's my main problem with it. A lot of their fan base is kids, and they're still trying to normalize hentai, and they still talk about it as much as they do, and they still like display it on the pod. So it's whatever. Hentai is crazy. Hentai definitely is crazy. Is Ash Cash a dub? Ash Cash, has she had work done? If she's natural, then she might be a dub. How dedicated you have to be to draw some anime? Look, bro, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I'm not. Rule 34. Rule 34 makes people's careers, and it's crazy to me. The only reason why I know what that is because of Nux, sadly. And that site is hell. That site is absolute hell. I don't understand how thousands of people do that. But, I mean, they view it as a work of art, you know. But, what was I saying? She dating Sharif Cooper, so he's a dud now. She is dating Sharif Cooper. And I don't understand how they're in the same conversations. Because, like, Ash Cash has been... I'm more than sure that, like, NBA players, NFL, like, professional players of sports have hit her up, right? I don't know what kind of... They're expressing weirdo is. I don't know what type of woman she is, so I don't know if she cares about the bag, like, how much she cares about the bag that these guys are getting. But Sharif Cooper, as of right now... I don't believe he's getting any bag because I don't think he's on the Hawks anymore. Or is he still in the Hawks? Oh, he's bouncing back and forth between the Hawks and their G League team. The College Park Skyhawks. Yeah, that's not okay. He's bouncing back and forth. So he's still an NBA player, I suppose. So, hey, W for him. I'd rather bang Miss E. You're nasty. you're very nasty because Miss Eanes is like 60 or something. That's crazy. But yeah, I genuinely believe that they're like, if your opinion is just super different, and you're number one, you're not someone who usually has like hot takes like that, or even if you are someone who usually has hot takes like that, because that's even more of a clue to tell me that you're just trying to be a contrarian just for attention. I believe that that's like, I call that legit a wrong opinion. And I'm like, okay, that person can't speak anymore because they just want attention. Surprised they can talk about hentai so openly on YouTube seems a bit sus. They are all three at the top of one of YouTube's niches. Like, I think literally those three, like in that order: Garnt, Joey, and actually Connor might have passed Joey, if I'm not mistaken. Dog VA. Granted, he's not really in the anime community anymore. But I think, did he pass Joey? Like, that's still where they derive from, and in all three of them, like, okay, oh yeah, Joey's at 3 mil. Never mind. Ooh. Well, I'm sorry, Joey. But like, they're three guys at the top 4 of their niches of one niche on YouTube. They can talk about whatever they want, quite frankly. And especially considering the fact that now that they're in Japan, they're not exclusively, but they're specifically working with Bookwalker, or like the extension of Bookwalker. Their podcast goes crazy. I don't think what they do is a niche anymore. It's not a niche, but I'm saying it's like it's a section of YouTube. I'll say a section. Julian is just saying shit. He has no idea what we're talking about right now. He has absolutely no idea what we're talking about right now. Hold on. He's literally just talking, just saying words. But that's my hot take. I want to get that out the way because I've been having more conversations with a lot of people on like very opinionated things, and like people just say things, you know. DeAndre Jordan is a playoff god. People just say things like, it's crazy. Degeneracy is baked into the DNA of anime, unless you only watch Battle Shonen. That's true, but promoting the antithesis of that degeneracy. I just hopped in. I don't know what we're talking about. We were talking about wrong opinions. It branched out into trash taste. Might as well get into my problems with Joey, because I was talking about this yesterday in one of the Discords I'm in. I hate people that want to be the victim of spoilers so bad. Anthony Edwards is better than Chris Paul. You see, this is slinging 9 on him. All right. Anywho. There have been blockbuster movies. Got my shit vexed. Oh my god. There have been a lot of blockbuster movies that have come out over the past few years. Endgame, the Spider-Man movies. What else do people not want to get spoiled by? Batman now. Encanto to some extent. Fuck, I missed the Batman movie. Anthony is better individually, but CP3. Anthony Edwards isn't better than Chris Paul. Endgame's great. Anthony Edwards isn't better than Chris Paul in any way, shape, or form. Not even as a scorer, because efficiency is a thing. And Anthony Edwards, actually, I think he's still taking a high volume of threes. And Kanto been up, but that's what I'm saying. People. I was quoting OSN. Oh, okay, my fault. Wait, what? Oh yeah, he did do that dumbass video saying there's 75 people better than Chris Paul. Just stupid. Just dumb. Only stupid. Only missing brain cells or has an extra chromosome, one or the other. Probably both at the same time, quite frankly. Who am I pulling up? I was pulling up Anthony Edwards, but you're trolling. Anywho. But I hate people that like get so offended by the idea of spoilers and don't take it upon themselves to just like separate themselves from the world that's talking about the movie or the show or whatever that they're talking about. Attack on Titan is another one. And that's where Joey comes in. Joey earlier, like in the year, maybe it was at the end of last year even, was complaining about why he doesn't like watch these hit anime when they come out, whether it's Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, or whatever. I want the best for Zion, but I feel like it's all downhill from here. Tell me your opinion. I'll do it after this. Remind me Zion. Oh, y'all can hear the Ring doorbell? My alarm? JJK movie's also going to be fire. I'm going to watch it illegally if I have to, but hopefully not. I'm trying to watch it with some of my with some of my friends. Anywho. But people who act like when a show comes out or when a movie comes out, you're just supposed to get in your corner and talk to your 12-person group of friends about it. All right, Gabe. Are dumb. The internet exists for a reason. Twitter exists for a reason. And yeah, you can get in group chats, but when the Attack on Titan is the number one show in the world right now. Demon Slayer was the number one show in the world at the time of its airing until Attack on Titan started coming out. Every Marvel show that comes out tops number one. Joey's the type of person to openly praise since I've condemned shows like Goblin Slayer. Yeah, facts. That as well. He's just contradictory. And then when it comes to the spoiler stuff, get a haircut. Oh my God, I did get a haircut. Stop. I'm not picking my hair though. Y'all are just gonna have to deal with this. I haven't picked my hair in a day. But anywho, like these are the biggest franchises in the world. The biggest franchises of all time, whether it be Marvel, whether it be Attack on Titan, whether it be Batman, whether it be Spider-Man. These are the biggest. This is the pinnacle of entertainment. How dare you? Who's your entire job? Specifically Joey. I'm not talking about people in general. I'm just talking about Joey right now. Your job is to watch media and speak on it, or speak about the media that you've also watched as of now. If you yourself either A, don't want to take it upon yourself to just go see the movie or see the movie from home. Sorry, but hentai is weird. Like people get turned on that as well. Yeah, I can't. I guarantee when a guy gets real coochie, he's done with it. Not even done. Not even done. If a dude's getting it for real, there's no point in turning on a computer for that. Anywho, whether it's animated or not, quite frankly. But I hate people that like it's 2 weeks after, it's a month after, and it's like, oh, Thanos snapped. It's like what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Like I hate the fact that there are still people now. They're like, whoa, Aunt May dies? You don't care. You don't care. You truly don't care. Because the people that care are the people whose jobs it really is to go see these movies, make content on it, or go talk about it, have seen it already. Even if you have to see it illegally. I saw Spider-Man illegally the first day it came out. I'll fess up. Because I'm on a rant right now, so I'm not really thinking. But I went go see it in the movie theater twice or 3 times afterwards. Because I knew that, okay, I know I want to get on Twitter. I know I want to talk to people. You know what everyone's talking about? A top 5 grossing movie of all time. One of the biggest events in modern cinema, in modern entertainment. Spider-Man from 3 different franchises, from 3 different decades, being on the same screen with each other, while they're also portraying Curry to do that. Yeah. What's it called? Yes, officer. This is you can't get arrested. You can't get arrested for consuming repurposed media. You can only get arrested for distributing it yourself. So, what am I saying though? These are the biggest franchises in the world, right? At the end of the day. if you don't take it upon yourself, okay, and if you don't like watching movies, that's fair. That means that you don't care. It's okay to admit that you don't care. If you cared, okay, Gabe is trolling. I hate niggas. I hate niggas. I hate them. I hate him. I hate him. Movies are overrated when you get older. That's just such a vague statement. There's so many different types of movies. Getting old, I don't think getting older has a correlation. Quite frankly, I don't think getting older has a correlation with anything, let alone movies or entertainment. I feel that we can rule. I won't talk about this. I'll if it's a movie as big as Endgame, if it's a movie as big as No Way Home, if it's a movie as big as Batman, if it's a show as big as Attack on Titan, I'll give it the week. You know, unless you're making content on it. If you're making content on it, your content is your job. Your job is to go see that movie, go see that show, and talk about it. That's why I made a video. I made a video on Spider-Man. You haven't watched Spider-Man still. Okay, but that you don't care though. Oh, you only like movies in theater. Okay, I feel that. I feel it. I can't. I could do 3 days, but like even I do a week. For Endgame, I did 2 weeks. For Spider-Man, I still I wanted to make a video, and I want to get out as soon as possible because like December was clearly just like Spider-Man month. Like Spider-Man stimulus package was going crazy for everybody. But I understand that there are people who did not want the spoilers, right? But if you are going to wait for so long for this worldwide media, I have no control over seeing movies, so I train myself not to get hyped for them until for that shit until it happens, which is cool. That's cool though, but like that means that you just can't care as much as some other people. Julian, I'm not addressing what you said. Transformers is bad. Michael Bay is a bad director, and you only like it because of Megan Fox, and she's overrated too. So take that. But I don't know. I just get super mad at people that like want to gatekeep like how much fun and how much like discussion is happening. Like the internet exists for a reason. You get off of it. You're the one. You're ruining all the fun. You. It's you. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's not mine. I'm gonna talk about it. Go watch my Spider-Man video. It's a great video. It's the only video I've incorporated like outside of these 4 walls coverage for. Megan Fox is not, she's not perfectly rated. I don't care about spoilers at all. Spoilers ruin a movie. It isn't a good movie. I won't say that. I won't say that spoilers can ruin Attack on Titan. Oh, okay, granted, it's not a movie. Spoilers can ruin. Let me think of a movie. It's like spoilers don't ruin them. I mean, it depends on the person, A lot of people are there for the spectacle, and they are there for the twist. Like there are people. What's one of the most famous twists in all of movies? I'm forgetting everything. Like there are people who only went go see Endgame because of the opportunity that Thanos will wipe out half of the population. If you know what happens, you still don't know how it facts. Honestly, yeah, they don't ruin the movie because for the most part, everyone has common sense. I don't know, because the horror genre is built upon people not knowing what happens or knowing what happens and saying no, it won't happen. Then it happens. So that's what the whole, I won't say horror. That's what the whole suspense industry is built off of, or what it builds up to. But the problem with that is that that's not the average person that watches movies. The average person that watches movies is there for Andrew to jump through the portal. It's like, oh, this Andrew's Spider-Man. Whoa, we haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man in years. Oh my God. Like that's the average moviegoer. So if you told them, even though everyone with common sense knew it. You're right, Julian. Everyone with common sense knew it. A nigga once told me he wouldn't see the SpongeBob movie because I kept saying a quote. Yeah, niggas are dumb, bro. Niggas are dumb. Niggas are dumb, and like that's the only you have a point on. Yeah, so the average moviegoer is going for that one moment. or they're going for that one quote, or they're going for a detail that's like so irrelevant, but if you tell it to them, they'll swear. Half my kids kid. Why my real name? Why do that? Why'd you have to do that? What's it called? Well, yeah, the average person that goes sees movies, they'll focus on that thing that you do tell them. So that's that. But that also goes into. Actually, no, I'm not gonna make that transition. That transition's done. I didn't make it earlier. That's it. I was gonna talk about Full Metal Alchemist being still rated number 1, and like a lot of people like downvote botting like Attack on Titan and like other anime, so it doesn't become number 1. I'll try me at you. I definitely don't if I am. But we're gonna leave the anime and like the media talk alone for a minute, cause I want to talk about. Oh, this is on the wrong thing. Hold on. I want to talk about James Harden. James Harden recently was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers, if you didn't know. I don't know who you're Julian, I legit don't know who you're talking about. I don't have a class. We don't have a class together with anyone named Kayla. At least not knowing that I know named Kayla. And I make it a point. To be not quiet, but I make it a point not to do nothing outlandish in a class where I have with this nigga. But I do want to talk about James Harden, because he's definitely the opposite of washed since he has joined the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a specific game that I want to get to, but I do want to talk just in general about like how he's been so far. So we're gonna do this like Lowe does his streams. And it's just highlights in the back. Well, not in the back because the highlights are taking center stage. But anywho. I was skeptical of this trade at first. Sits in front of you, Miss Kit. Oh, that's her name. Oh, I didn't know that's her name. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I think Slant. It's definitely Embiid. But anywho, I was pretty skeptical. I didn't know what to think about the Harden trade at first because I really, really, really liked this Sixers team before the trade. I thought that at the beginning of the season, I was looking at this roster and I'm like, bro, they have like 5 players that are coming off of 40% 3-point shooting the past year. And Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid plays, I said 70 games, but I was really thinking like 65. If he plays 65 or more games, this team can win 50 games and they can make the conference finals at the very least. Very least. And that was without Harden. That was with Seth Curry. Who else did they give up? I wouldn't even consider Ben Simmons. I was saying if Ben Simmons doesn't come back, they could do that. Even niggas, when they hear about a game winner, they no, don't spoil. I need to see the game. Now they go watch the game. I want to see it. See the clip. Well, okay, Gabe, you haven't been in the Discord. You haven't been in the Let's Keep It a Bug Discord when we're watching games. But when B Souls is ahead of us, we get mad. We muted him. We muted B Souls. We moved him to the other room. Same with Mustard. Same with Low. Like every time they're ahead of us on the TV, bro, we shut them up. Father did that. Shut him up for the rest of the night. I swear. What's it called? When it comes to because like, yeah, I'm gonna watch highlights, but we watching this game as a group. Let's watch it as a group. We 20 dudes deep in it. Pause. Oh my God, y'all are gonna take that out of context. We 20 dudes deep in the Discord watching a game. There's 2 people ahead, bro. Mute them. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. So that's a little bit different because it's a live event. I'm talking if they didn't see the game. Oh yeah, if they didn't see the game, then yeah. I mean, who cares? But yeah, like if you're watching live, yeah, shut up, bro. But I really liked the pieces that the Sixers had before the Harden trade. That's a travel, I guess. Gather stuff. He didn't gather. It wasn't a house. Anywho, what's it called? And I did not like them giving up Seth Curry. I was honestly saying give up Thibault. Give up Thibault. Don't give up Maxey, though. I wanted them to keep Maxey and Curry. I thought that giving up Curry was a little bit too much because this season, Danny Green has... Jesus Christ. Dang, he turned him around for no reason. There was no screen or anything. It was a fake screen. Anywho. But I felt like giving up the Seth Curry was a little bit too much, and I think that Thibault's defense is a little bit overrated. He's still a great defender. I don't think he's locked down though. I think that a lot of those like the Marcus Smart, the Thibault type guys, I think their defense is a little bit overrated, and especially considering um the offensive jump that you would get by getting James Harden and still having your 45% 3-point shooter in Seth Curry, that would have balanced it out. But with this Harden trade, Joel Embiid has been more than willing to run the pick and roll multiple times in a play, which I did not see happening. And also, they started using Maxey in a type of way that can only work with someone like James Harden at the helm. Because of James Harden's like move set being so known around the league, they can take advantage of that and put him in an isolation to where he's doing his lullaby dribbles, and he'll just. I don't think the play happens in this game. I'll go to the game where it happens, but I'll tell y'all my theory, and I had this theory. I put it out on Twitter. It's a catch and cutting theory. I'll explain it more in depth. Let me read chat. I haven't read it. How you feel the Warriors are doing? The Warriors, I think they're on the downswing a little bit very recently. Curry still sucks. Steph still sucks. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. I think he's just in a horrible slump. It's been a majority of the season now. You should do late night streams. That's when I get my most editing done. So that's when I get my most editing done, and that's when I do scholarships. So I would stream at night, trust me, but I just can't. And most days, like even if I stream on Fridays, most days I have things to do in the morning on Saturday. And then sometimes I have things to do in the morning on Sunday. But the Warriors I think the Warriors are struggling a little bit, but they'll still finish with the top 2 seed. I don't think they'll catch the Suns, actually. Oh, no, the Suns are missing Chris Paul now. So, I don't know. They have a chance to get number 1, I'm sure. Don't think they will, because Steph is struggling. At the same time, Wiggins is struggling. At the same time, Draymond's out. At the same time, Klay is trying to still get in a rhythm. So, I don't know. The dominance that team was showing earlier in the season has definitely worn off. A lot of us are infatuated with the East right now because the Heat are trying to get like healthier. The Sixers and Nets just made a trade, of course. The Nets, the Kyrie situation, KD just came back. The Bucks are doing whatever the Bucks are doing. So a lot of our attention is to the East, and then even before like the All-Star break, a lot of our attention in the West was to the Suns. And you gonna hoop? See it? Yeah. I'm gonna catch you later, Gabe. A lot of our attention was on the Suns because they were doing amazing, and we were giving them the credit that they always deserved. And our attention was on the Jazz a little bit because they have sucked as well. But the Warriors, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them. Depending on how Chris Paul comes back from his injury, of course, the West could be theirs for the taking. But I don't like what I'm seeing from the team in the few times I have watched them since the All-Star break. I've seen them like twice. I'm gonna be honest. But Steph is still struggling. If Steph and Andrew don't pick it up, they won't go far in the playoffs. I disagree because I think that even like Steph's not doing well is what he's doing now, which is like 23, 24 on 38% from 3, 44% from the field, I think. And he's still demanding like off-ball pressure, and he's still demanding like attention, even though he's been like mid for the past 40 games. People are still gonna pay attention to him. Crazy is telling me to stop. I don't know why. Because right now we're watching great basketball. We're watching the Sixers. James Harden, since he's played for this team, is stepping it up on defense. I've not seen him play this level of defense since like 2019. And Maxey is great. Like, this is why I thought that he could be like the second best player, third best player. It's been started. What are you talking about? I've been streaming. Crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. But Maxi's been amazing on this team, and I'm gonna switch to the other game real quick. Was it against the Cavs? It wasn't against the Cavs. I forgot. Who did they play? It was like in the second or third game. Sharif Cooper. I'm not watching a YouTube video on Sharif Cooper. It wasn't against the Knicks. No, crazy. The Timberwolves? You said it was against the Timberwolves? I think crazy. I think you know what I'm talking about. But no, the pod starts at 6:30. 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 EST. I'm right? Yeah, I'm right. You're tripping. You're the one tripping, bucko. Anywho, I think it's this game. Yeah, it is, because he did on D'Angelo Russell. It was around here. It's like the third quarter. Okay, so let's look at this, right? Let's look at the way now they have all the starters in. You have Embiid at the opposite wing. You have Tobias top of the key. Now, Tobias is not really in a spot to be able to catch the ball and shoot or whatever. It's 6:46 EST. Yes, 7:30 EST is the podcast, crazy. I know you're old, but you can read a clock. I love you, by the way. I'm also very sober. Okay, bro. You're always very sober. But yeah, Tobias isn't really in the best position to catch the ball right here. So, because of this, you just have like Harden doing this lullaby dribble. He actually incorporated a behind the back now into it. He has to switch. This isn't a good switch, though. He switched from Patrick Beverly, who's a nuisance, to Jaden McDaniels, who's good at basketball. But he does a little lullaby dribble, three-pointer, right? That's his lullaby, step back, three type beat. Your mama old? She definitely is. What's this? When is it? Yum. Is it the 4th? I don't think it's the 4th. I forgot when it is. But basically, they're using things like Harden's reputation to do things like that against teams now. So they'll run a Harden isolation. They'll run this very same isolation. He'll have a switch on a big. You know he can either dash past him, or you know that he can kick it out, or you know that he's going to do the step back. They'll use this exact same thing. And mind you, in all these plays, the corner sitter is awaiting the ball. You have a 4-out with Harden having the ball right here. Harden is quick enough to get that pass to Danny Green if he needs to. But he has to switch so he can do whatever he wants. He does this. So it's earlier. Okay. That's cool. It's earlier. It's a Tyrese Maxey bucket. I forgot what quarter it is, though. But basically what I'm saying is the weapons that the Sixers have around Harden kind of fit perfectly. If Tobias Harris can do more of that and just catch and shoot, Jesus Christ. I do remember this. Yeah, and then he does, pushes through. JoJo be making Cat look like a baby. He do. No, I know it has to be in the second half because they were on that side of the court. I know what I'm talking about. There's no way they didn't put in the highlights. But it's basically what I said. Like, I remember that. They'll use like what Harden's known for and like Harden's move set and do very interesting sets with it. Like in with that play, like they always have someone in this near corner to Harden. The nearest corner to Harden, they'll always have somebody sitting there waiting for the ball, even if nobody else is. You see right here, the only person that's like really in a shooting position is Tyrese Maxey. The Thible's just there just to be there. Here's the play that we looked at. Here's a fast break. Yo, I know I'm not insane. Is it in the fourth then? Guys, y'all follow me on Twitter, right? Y'all saw me talk about the catch and cutter stuff. It was this game because he did it on D-Lo. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay. Here it is. All right, so here we go. Here is the play that I think here's the set that the Sixers can run the league with. Embiid is probably a little bit too far to catch and shoot, right? Probably a little bit too far. He'd probably need to take a step in or whatever. Here's Harden. He hits a switch. He's done it to Cat multiple times in this very game, done the step back, whatever. He's doing his lullaby dribble. Paint is cleared. You have Tyrese. Oh my God. You have Max. You have Thibault off the court. You have Danny Green in, right? Far corner. He can make that pass, but, they're sticking to it. Harden, he does the step back. Here's the difference. In Houston, he doesn't do that step back. He just passes to somebody, or when he does the step back, he's shooting it. So, you take advantage of the fact that for 5, 6, 7 years, he always shot that shot. Or he passed out of it before he went up for it or did the step back. Now, what he does is he does the step back. You lullaby not only your defender, but the nearest defender in the corner into ball watching. Hence D'Angelo Russell in the corner. I think y'all can see my cursor. Y'all can't see my cursor, I don't think. But D'Angelo Russell in the corner. You lullaby him, and you have Maxey, who's one of the fastest players in the Eastern Conference. You don't have to have him cut. You don't. Because D'Lo's eyes aren't on Maxey. D'Lo's actually not even in a position to cut off Maxey in any way, shape, or form. Because D'Lo's not fast. And he's definitely not as fast as Maxey. So Maxey catches this, makes a full sprint to the rim. And because he's such an agile person and good finisher, 2 dribbles, he puts it up. He doesn't have to do all that, but he thought Anthony Edwards had a 7-foot wingspan. Thibault is basically Andre Roberson. He definitely is. So many podcasts going on at one time. Yeah, I swear. That's what I was talking to River about. I am almost ready for the pod. Yes, I will be ending at 6:15 for me, which is in 22 minutes. Yeah, 22 minutes. But I think that is a play that the Sixers can run that I think will be almost unstoppable because of the speed that someone like Maxey has, because of the threat that the rest of everybody has in that lineup. Oops, I'm shifted a little bit. I think that play could be, if utilized correctly, even against the best defenses, even against a Bucks, even against the Heat, it can be useful. Against the Nets, it'll be unstoppable. Against the Bulls, it might not be unstoppable because of their guard situation. They have Caruso and Lonzo. But they run that lineup with Danny Green, Harden, Maxey, and Embiid. If Tobias Harris gets his catch and shoot percentages up, that'll be an absolutely amazing play that they can run. But speaking of games, that's basically my TED Talk on catch and cutting. It's Thibault. It doesn't matter. He's irrelevant. Not back, but speaking about the game, the game of basketball, the game of life, the game of everything else. I want to talk about the games that have been coming out recently because Elden Ring is taking over. No, I don't think there's been a Souls game that's been as anticipated as Elden Ring. Considering the open world aspect of it, and also the fact that it is a Souls born game. Between that, between Pokemon Legends Arceus, between Wordle, which I guess counts, and between a lot of other games, the gaming in 2022 is off to an amazing start. Dying Light 2 also came out. That's an open world. It's a sandbox open world type beat. But let me know what y'all have been playing recently. Have y'all been playing Elden Ring? I can't play Elden Ring. My nerves are too bad for Elden Ring. I would get mad at 2K, the 2K computer, not even other people. So if I played Elden Ring, I just wouldn't like myself. I just wouldn't like myself. But if y'all been playing Elden Ring, let me know, cause I know that's gotten a lot of people into like the Souls games. Like I saw John playing it on Twitch the other day. And anyone on that side of the internet, on this side of the internet or whatever, I know they're gonna lose their shit playing that game because that game is ultra hard. But I want to look at some of the games that are coming out this year. What's it called? There's a few that I'm really looking forward to. And just in case y'all don't know what's coming out, let's find out together. Yay! PS4, PS5 game. We can speed this up. Because it's a lot. It's a lot of them. The Last of Us meets The Division in the day before. I don't know who this by, but it's tactical survival shooter. Is it zombies? I can't tell if it's zombies. It probably might be a little bit. I've been on the Far Cry series. Far Cry is fire. I heard that the last one wasn't that good. Listen to your new Fallout. Yeah, Fallout 76 is bad. Gotham Knights. I need to pause this. Oh my god, I need to pause this. Gotham Knights. We haven't gotten any news about Gotham Knights. I don't even know if it's still coming out this year. But I am maining Nightwing. And I don't care what type of game. I don't care if it's a MMO. I don't care if it's a co-op. I don't care if it's a beat 'em up. I don't care if it's like The Division. I don't care if it's like still on Red Dead. I need to play Red Dead. I haven't done a playthrough of Red Dead. I've only watched it. And I've watched bits and pieces because I heard the story is like actually non-existent a little bit. I heard that Fallout New Order is actually good. But to get the Fallout itch, I'm about to start playing the Outer Worlds, because that is the same like premise, like not post-apocalyptic, but like apparently it's like after, like there are multiple planets. It's like Fallout meets Mass Effect apparently. So I'm gonna play that. Every Batman game is fire. Every Batman game is fire, and I hope that Gotham Knights is not the exception, because I have a bet that it's gonna be better than the Suicide Squad game, and I need to win $20. But we haven't gotten any new news on this. It's gonna be in an Arkham style. It takes place in Arkham, but it's not the same Arkham from the other games. But it's gonna be an open world where you play as the Bat family members or whatever, and what's it called? I hope it's gonna be co-op, but we haven't, like, again, aside from the Court of Owls trailer, which shout out the Court of Owls, Talon's amazing, but like we haven't gotten any new news for this game. Nothing at all. But it's gonna be beat 'em up style. Apparently it's gonna be Arkham style as well, like the combat type beat counters and everything. Court of the Owls is gonna be the main villain faction. But I'm excited for that. That's one that's definitely on my list. I don't know what this is. Evil West. Oh wow, this trailer's fire. Okay. Mind you, I have it sped up 1.5 times speed, but this is looking kind of fire. You can play with your friends apparently. Let me turn the volume on. There's no point.
Kind of bring back the memories of those like mid-2000s action games that were really unique and weird. More of this type of stuff, please sign us up. Now, next over at number 17, we have King of Fighters 15.
That was it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, that game looks fire. Like,
And it has some real gross looking enemies. And even better than that, you can also play with a friend. Combat play as a vampire hunting cowboy man as you make your way through the vampire
Okay, so it's like cowboy
hordes that are terrorizing this fictional West.
Fictional West of the U.S.
Combat here looks really intense, and you'll have a bunch of different vampire hunting tools, and even better than the vibe. Now, next over at number 17, we have King of Fighters 15. What more is there to be said about a game on its 15th entry? The people
Jesus, the style of this looks fire.
Behind the King of Fighters games really absolutely know what they're doing.
It looks like Capcom made this game.
This time around, it's launching with 39 fighters that'll be available at launch. There's the 3v3 battle system making its return with a Shatter Strike mechanic that should hopefully make things a little bit interesting for veteran players. And the campaign is actually getting hyped up quite a bit this time around and will apparently end with an explosive climax. Now, it's been like 6 years since the release of the last entry in the series, and this one seems like it's shaping up to be the best one yet. I mean, what more could you want? They've had 15 games. I think they figured it out by now. Next over at number 16, we have Showa, American Story. This is a wild and weird, seemingly experimental game that we think we're going to be talking about a bit more on the channel. This takes place in a weird alternate history world in like a hyper sci-fi 80s where Japan...
No cap, this looks like where Japan occupies the U.S. Okay, wow, that's kind of crazy. This looks like a mobile game. Y'all know that mobile game to where it's like it's like the Walking Dead mobile game, but it's like off-brand type beat. Like you set up camps and then like you just obliterate everybody or whatever. It's supposed to be a strategy tactical shit, but like it's not really. Like it's actually pretty easy.
Occupies the United States.
Like just like a different camera angle of that. Like that one's like above head.
And you're just this badass chick kicking ass with melee combat and guns. It's an action RPG that clearly references a lot of B movies from all different cultures. It's seemingly open world and has a bunch of human characters and monster characters, and it just looks chaotic and really awesome. Like,
never mind. This looks a little bit okay. They said it's open world,
kicking ass
with
melee combat.
Kind of reminds me of Days Gone. Oh my god, look at them flying.
Guns. It's an action RPG that clearly references a lot of B movies from all different cultures. It's seemingly open world and has a bunch of human characters and monster characters, and it just looks chaotic and really awesome. Like just looking at the gameplay, like I don't even really know what to say. It seems over the top. We love brawlers like this, but we also just love chaotic monster shooters. And of course, if it's got,
it seems like you can have your own like customizable house a little bit, like hub area type beat.
Open world RPG elements, that could be great. At first, you might write it as corny and over the top, but it seems like that's the point here. It's really trying to go for something. It seems like the work on this one is going strong, and we're really hoping we see it in 2022. Next over at number 15, we have Sifu. What more your way through and complete?
Well, if you watched like 2 streams ago, I've been streaming it. I think we're gonna get back to it next week, if not reaction stream.
We have the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, which
the KOTOR remake. That's definitely not coming out this year. I don't know why it's here. We haven't gotten any news on this thing aside from the announcement. I don't know why it's here. It's definitely not coming out.
Interestingly, in the time we had tonight, since we really don't know too much. We're hoping 13, we have Steel Rising. This is from Spiders, the developers behind Bound by Flame, Mars Warlogs, the Technomancer, but also the pretty awesome Greedfall. Steel Rising just looks like an awesome, sick-ass action combat game set in a really unique setting. It's Paris, 1789, but things are a little bit different. You actually play as kind of like a clockwork mannequin called Aegis, and it just looks absolutely like a blast. You have challenging, fast-paced, intense combat, but you have this unique, weird alternate history aesthetic with Paris, and the mood and atmosphere is dark and creepy. The enemy types and monsters look sick, and we're just really hoping this one
I don't think this is for me.
shapes up to be awesome. Greedfall was really unique. Spiders has worked on a bunch.
Like I was kind of getting like an Infamous Second Son vibe a little bit, like Sucker Punch combat. Not really.
Games that we weren't really fans of, but they've worked their way up to something awesome, and we're hoping Steel Rising is really the pinnacle of their work. Next over at number 12, we have Stray. This is the cat game you've seen probably revealed at one of the PlayStation events. Apparently, this is going to be a semi-open-ended adventure where you play as a cat who picks up some abilities along the way, and it just seems charming and clever. And
nope. Skip. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Skip.
Now this game has been
Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't seen a single Harry Potter movie. I haven't read a single Harry Potter official book. But I'm excited for this game because just the idea, like now I'm older and I'm not just a hater on Harry Potter. I'm open to like the Wizarding World type beat.
Delayed quite a bit. It's been in the works for a long time. Remember those?
Like the Old Republic or like not the Division, but just like a MMO, but for Hogwarts or a multiplayer for Hogwarts.
Leaks back in the day, man, it's felt like a long time since then. But Hogwarts Legacy, according to reports most recently, is going to come out this year. There were conflicting reports earlier where we wouldn't see it, but we think 2022 is finally going to be the year.
Let's go. I'm gonna definitely play with my friends. I might play it on stream with some of y'all. if I can get my setup right when I move out.
This open-ended, make your own Hogwarts student and go on your own adventure type.
Yeah, apparently you can be your it's Wizard 101, but with a budget, because it's Harry Potter now.
Thing. It seems pretty awesome. It's set much earlier in the history of Hogwarts as an institution, and we're excited to see something different and new in the world of Harry Potter, because frankly, those Fantastic Beasts movies aren't really doing it for us. Fingers crossed this one is good. Now, next over at number 9, we have Little Devil Inside. This was announced 2 years ago, June 2020, and it looks like it'll finally be coming out this year. Everything about this game has just really piqued our interest, from its really kind of cutesy but really intriguing art style, to the little comedic bits we've gotten in all the trailers, and even the Monster Hunter-esque gameplay. Yes, every time we see this game, it looks more and more interesting. You're going to be traveling around through all different types of environments, hunting down monsters, which you can do with a friend via co-op. So get ready to do some cool monster hunting in this weird indie artsy style, and possibly get your ass kicked. It actually looks pretty challenging.
It looks like an indie game. It looks cool, but
Soviet open-ended adventure takes a lot of cues from BioShock and System Shock, with a bunch of makeshift weaponry and weird freaks and sci-fi monsters to fight off, and robots, and man, everything about this game just oozes style and creativity, and we love seeing stuff like this. We hope this game is as awesome as it has seemed.
This is giving me like Control vibes. Like, it's a cool premise, adapting some like some concepts that we've seen in movies and in films and in other forms of media, but
since the beginning, which we've been following the end of the year in the fall. Next over at number 7, we have Saints Row. They're rebooting Saints Row. I don't think they could have taken it any further or any crazier than they already have, so they're bringing it a little bit back down to earth, but still with a chaotic group of characters and action and explosions and weirdness.
Oh, just play GTA. Not gonna lie to you. GTA, like, yeah, just play GTA.
A Plague Tale Requiem. This is the sequel to one of our favorite games the year it released, A Plague Tale Innocence. Once again, you are taking the helm of the 2 main characters. You're going to be thrust in a new, a little bit more exotic location with way more abilities and way more combat capabilities.
A Plague Tale is interesting to me because, like, I've watched like some analysis on it, right? So I know a little bit about the game, but like not super. But apparently, it is one of the best games to come out. Like, it came out like 2018 or 19, one of those stacked years. Both of those years were stacked. But I might like really like be on some of the gameplay for when it comes out, when the sequel comes out, when Requiem comes out.
Thanks to Amicia seemingly becoming a badass over the course of the last game. And from the trailers we've seen so far, it seems like once again we're getting absolutely downright gorgeous graphics.
Yeah, it seems beautiful. Like, it's in that same conversation with like Hellblade.
Cool and really horrific.
I need to play Hellblade. I need to play Risk of Rain.
Creepy, gross scenarios, new characters, returning characters, and we can't wait, man. As of right now, it's slated for 2022. And next at number 5, we have Ghostwire Tokyo, the newest game from Tango Gameworks. Tokyo's population in this game.
It looks amazing. It looks great.
Just that looks really interesting. And the last PS5 exclusive Bethesda game since Microsoft. Before we have Elden Ring. What more can we say? And so on. And again, after long end, the developers behind these games, Polyphony Digital, take a hard banded with more pretty much 2022. Now down to number 2, Horizon World also has some. This is the next leg in Kratos and Atreus' journey.
I hate the fact that they didn't go over the best game that I'm looking forward to. I have it right here. Forspoken. Forspoken is the game that I wanted to be talked about, and it was not. I will pre-order for $70. Shout out, let's keep it a buck. It's coming out in May. Square Enix is making it. Square Enix is publishing it. Square Enix is also making it. This is just Square Enix's engine. This is a puppet to Square Enix, Luminous Projects. They're just a subsidiary that were created specifically for Forspoken and Final Fantasy 15. But yeah, this is a game. I might talk about it next stream, but I'm excited for this. The combat looks amazing. Actually, no, we're just gonna watch the gameplay trailer right now.
Who are you, child? My name is Frey Holland. I do not know how.
So she is basically an isekai. Like, she's in New York.
I got here.
Life is shitty. Somehow she gets teleported.
All I want is to go home.
She has like a bracelet that kind of.
She is hell's spawn. How else did she survive in the corruption?
Like a magician.
The people are afraid.
There's a lot of magic-based game. I'm getting really into like the magic sphere, like everything from the Hogwarts Legacy game to this game to. I think Hellblade has some magic parts to it. And
The Council for Hellfire cannot give them, but maybe
magic
you can.
is much cooler.
Wherever I go turns to shit. It's always been this way.
Athia's all but lost. Everything that corruption touches,
It breaks. Yeah, I saw it up close.
It is you who trespassed on my land. You who set this.
The traversal looks amazing, right? But it's like, okay, the environments look dull. Like, that was
Close.
It is you who trespassed on my land.
like, this is just desert. It could be an open world, but open world of what? That's the problem that a lot of.
You who set this
I'm concerned that
battle in motion.
the combat looks fire. Look at this. Blade. Arrow. Pulse. Like.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Lies! She dies!
The main reason I'm excited for this is because the power set looks like it's a magic version of like the last Airbender, like with the different elements with the different and Infamous. That's directly from Infamous. Looks amazing. Combat action looks amazing. Traversal looks amazing. Everything for this game looks amazing. People are hating on it for no reason. There's one last thing that I want to talk about. I don't know how many people are here still. I think 4 people are here. Yeah. 4 people are here still. I watched a video recently. I watched this video. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell. It's 3 hours. 3 hours and 16 minutes. And I got 3 hours and 12 minutes into it. Thank you so much for putting. Yeah. I just want to look forward to Forspoken. I am very excited for Forspoken. If you look up like anyone talking about it on YouTube, a lot of people are talking shit because they're like, oh, it gives like liberal vibes. Like, what are you talking? We've seen 2 gameplay trailers. Yo, shut up. You're just sexist. Anywho, I watched this video recently. It's a 3-hour video talking about the rise and fall of Disney's weirdest sitcom. He's talking about Lab Rats. And Lab Rats is a show that I posted it on Twitter. We got a few replies, 20-something likes. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. 500 followers on Twitter. Shout out. And I realized that Marcus is an amazing villain. And I also realized that there's a lot of like weird Disney sitcoms from like the late 2000s, early 2010s, right? Ant Farm is number 1. Ant Farm was weird. We're gonna react to a video one day that I watched like a few weeks ago that was talking about just how weird Ant Farm was. Actually, let me write that in like an ideas thing. Cause I watched the video that was talking about like Ant Farm. Ant Farm was a pretty weird show in retrospect, in hindsight. But a lot of like that's where a lot of people fell in love with like China Anne McClain type B. Of course you have Kim Possible, Lizzie McGuire, Zach and Cody, Proud Family, Wizards of Waverly Place. Good Luck Charlie was also weird. Shout out to the brother on this show because he was also in Mighty Med, and Mighty Med is also another weird show. But Good Luck Charlie was also weird. It wasn't good. I don't have good memories of it. I don't have bad memories of it. It was just there. I just turned on the TV, and it was there. I've never seen DuckTales. No version of DuckTales. Hannah Montana, Jake Long, Austin and Ally was bad. It wasn't funny. It legit wasn't funny, and they didn't go through real problems. Casey Undercover, shout out Zendaya. Andy Mack didn't really watch it. Gravity Falls is one of the best animated shows Disney's ever come out with, if not the best. What's y'all's favorite from here? Bunked, for some reason, I really liked Bunked. Girl Meets World, for some reason, I really liked Girl Meets World. Not for some reason, Boy Meets World. Mighty Man was weird. I don't know how good it was. I just remember a few episodes that I watched, and I was like, this is weird. But what's y'all's favorite from this list? I'm sure Mighty Med's somewhere down here. Or they might not include Disney XD shows. Nope, it's here. Here we go. Wait, what? What? Oh, okay. They're saying Jake Short. Yeah, he's a solid actor actually. Jake Short's a solid actor. But I went back and watched Mighty Med after they like combined with Lab Rats, and did like that final season type thing. Annie Mac is overrated. I don't know who rates Annie Mac. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard much about it. That's why I literally can't. I don't have an opinion. You said Annie Mac. I went to the Proud family. Proud family. End stream, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna end stream soon. One of Disney Plus's most groundbreaking shows finds out that her older sister is actually her mother. Jesus Christ. As Andy deals with this revelation, she must also live an average life. The show made history for featuring the first gay main character on it. Okay, so it's like a modern day like Degrassi type beat. That's what it seems like. I'm not gonna watch the theme song because we're not getting claimed again. Shout out Wordu. Sunny with a chance. After crushing it on Camp Rock. No, let me repeat myself. Not a soul crushed it on Camp Rock. Nobody did. And nobody wanted more of anybody from Camp Rock. Corey in the House is cool. Yes, the Proud Family. Probably Lab Rats or Ant Farm. Yeah, that's my era too. Lab Rats or Ant Farm. Proud Family's cool. But I grew up with like Jesse on TV. It was before Bunked. It was a little bit before Girl Meets. I watched Girl Meets World like in middle school. I went back and watched that. Yeah, Jesse was on TV for me. I was 8. Where can I see the podcast? Let me put it in the chat because in a few minutes I'm gonna go over to there. And we're gonna watch, y'all are gonna watch the podcast. I'm gonna be on the podcast, but let me not do the wrong podcast. This is the Loud and Wrong podcast. Forgot my baby sister is a vampire. That's a podcast channel. It's in there from Cardiac K. There we go. Oh, this is the Cardiac K channel. Okay, bet. Because let me tell y'all why I just confused myself. Because last week, when I was on the pod, I was trying to put the link in there for somebody or for something. But I was on the Cardiac K channel. It was weird. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah. The era of we'll talk about it next stream. I just want to talk about a little bit because like I did watch I don't know where the video went, but I did watch that 3-hour video. Dirk is better than Bye. I don't know. I think you just misspelled something. Autocorrects a bitch. I know. Oh, Dirk is okay. Dirk is better than YP. They're in the same like type of thing to me. I listened to them for the same. Yeah, he did this. Whoever the guy that made this video is a madman. But why I say Dirk's better? I wouldn't say that Dirk's better because I haven't heard enough of Dirk like going ham by himself as I have Youngboy. Like, at the end of the day, I actually think I said the opposite, like, last week. But I've listened to both of them a little bit more. I think I prefer, like they both have the same type of music to me. At least I listen to them for the same reasons. And Youngboy has better songs by himself. Dirk has better features. Dirk's more versatile, I think, in my opinion. Dirk, Youngboy hits like the feels better than Dirk. Like when he's trying to portray emotion, he does it better. But no, I'd say Youngboy's better, slightly. Yeah, I don't know. We have to talk about Disney shows next time, but. That's it for this week, guys. That's all I have. go over, click the link in the chat to head to the Loud and Wrong podcast. Let me pin it. Head over to the Loud and Wrong podcast. We will be live in a few minutes, 10 minutes to be exact. And I thank y'all for coming out. I truly do. I think next stream, like I said, will either be gaming again. We'll either play Hellblade. We'll either start Hellblade, The Outer Worlds, or we'll continue Sifu, or we'll do a reaction stream. I might ask y'all on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. It should be in the description below. And if you haven't already, if you're here for some reason, check out my videos on my channel after you come to the podcast in 10 minutes. So, I thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the support. And I will catch you guys later. Hope you have a